All right.
Thank you for this. But you got nothing about it.
Ooh. Okay. Now we just waiting on everybody else to get back. We just waiting on everybody else to get back, y'all. But where I had left off. Let me see where I had left off. Because I had it all lined up and ready. Because I was about to drive a point home. I already spoke about the wall. Oh, yes. If anybody would do what they did to that girl after they'd been broke them down and tore her down, they recorded the live. They took it to the police station. Okay, JL, baby. They recorded the live, flagged the video. They went to the police station, made a police report, got a lawyer involved, and see that person is harassing them, slandering their name, and spilling their private information that nobody's supposed to know. Oh, yes. Don't that sound like a few people on here? Don't that sound like a few people on here who do that? When they mess with people? No shade, no tea. Notice. The same people who fuck with people, throw rocks, then hide their hand and play victim. When the real victim is the person you broke. Or they have other people to do their bidding, their dirty work. Well, I didn't do it. See, certain videos are eligible for flagging. I will admit that. I'm not a flagger, but shit like that, right is right, wrong is wrong. You supposed to flag something like that. You supposed to. This is not entertainment. This is malicious intent. Y'all, Club GLC will be open up at 4 Central, 5 Eastern time. But this is not entertainment. This is with malicious intent. I'll describe how to flag in a little bit, but we gonna get this off. I could call several people names who do all this stuff for malicious intent, for ill will, for their own. Oh, thank you, Duran. For their own amusement and enjoyment. And like, if this is your version of entertainment, you are one sick, twisted individual. Like, who gets gratification? Well, only a sociopath and a psychopath, but who gets gratification out of breaking somebody down to nothing and then thinking it's funny? Nobody in their right mind. Straight up. Nobody in their right mind. Tiffany? What Tiffany? Oh, and there was something I read to y'all a while back. If anybody was in my chat, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, maybe I want to say 2 to 3 weeks ago, I read an article about how YouTube came out with a new policy called content creator harassment. Y'all might want to pay attention. But with Tiffany, as a matter of fact, let me go see if my tablet charged so I can find that article. Oh, okay. Now watch this. Watch this. I need to find the actual article. I forgot where it came from. But I'm going to just read this one for y'all. There's a part in the article where YouTube is taking down whole channels, even if you didn't break the rules with a video you recently made. They keep a record of this stuff and taking down whole channels. YouTube's current harassment and cyberbullying policies clearly say that any content that humiliates or hurts anyone else on purpose will be considered against the policy's platform. Yet it decided to let go Crowder, despite many arguing that he violated the rules. At Recode's code count, Wojcicki said that it took a lot of time for them to go through Crowder's videos and understand the context. After checking numerous videos, the company concluded that none of them was against the harassment policy. Policies like creator-on-creator content harassment may be the clear-cut rules that will ensure the security of all platforms. It is very important to ensure for platforms like YouTube that creators as well as other users feel protected. But I need to find the actual article. Because the actual article actually give you examples of what they looking at now. But if I find it, I'm going to read it to y'all. But all this stuff that's going on, I think YouTube came up with that policy because of this sector. Not saying that other sectors don't have drama like we do, but we the only sector who do background checks, who call people jobs, who have people follow people, who show up at people children's school, etc. Misa, I gotta go buy me another phone. I gotta go buy me another phone. Then I'm gonna start taking call-ins again. Hey man, 89. Keep this in mind. The way that new policy set up, you gonna know. You gonna know. Trust me, you gonna know when it happens. This new policy ain't no punk. It ain't no joke. That's all I'm gonna say. See, that's the whole thing about YouTube. YouTube used to be fun. You was able to stay anonymous, make videos. Not anymore. It got people on here who actually tracking people IP addresses. So for those of you, I'm going to give you this tidbit of information. If you ever go live, don't do it from your computer. Do it from your phone. Or do it from this. Misa, yes you can. Yes you can. This fucking pollen getting on my nerves. But yes you can. Man, let me be a geek for a second. I'm glad that I'm having this conversation with y'all. If y'all pay attention to certain people on here who tell you they know where you stay at, but they don't have anything with your real name on it, they can provide no information on you, 9 times out of 10, they didn't track your IP address. And when you get your Google account, set up two-way verification. Because if these people try to, change your password on your Google, it pops up, get the real IP address. So it's up to you to be like, okay, I'm going to copy this IP address and I'm going to the authorities with it. I just saved y'all some time. But never, ever, ever, ever in this sector go live on your computer. Motherfuckers hacking computers, the whole 9 yards. Misa, you can have a past, baby. You can have a past. It's what you do with your past. In the words of Funky Dineva, you never let nobody spray you with your own tea. You never let nobody spray you with your own tea. You stand 10 toes down in your tea. And you sip your tea. You pour it all over yourself. Hell, you throw it on people. But you never let people spray you with your own tea. So, with 7 situation, baby, don't ever, even though me and you don't get along, 7, you never let nobody spray you with your own tea, darling. I won't talk about. What else y'all want to talk about? Now that we done with the 7 topic, and me teaching y'all how to safeguard yourself. Because I got time today. Something in my soul is saying help today. I'm feeling good. I'm back to my old self. Giving out information. All that. A computer can be a weapon. And there's no app where you can get anybody's IP address. You really got to sit up there and know how to hack. Case in point. Just case in point. Underneath your video that say VPN, virtual private network, I get it all the time. That's something that you can pay for, and it gives you a network that protects your IP address. It's costly, pretty pricey, but it does its job. So GL, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And a good thing about a virtual private network, it lets you change different areas. Like you have your original IP address, but your IP address always changing. It's always changing. But your real one sticks. Whoever your service provider is, you got that internet service provider number. But your original IP is protected. But every time you turn that bitch on, you could be in a different country. You could be on side that person. You use it for your Fire Stick. I mean, in this sector of YouTube, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Please tell me it didn't freeze again. Oh, and Miss Dura, I can tell you another thing. How people getting people IP addresses. If you have any like links connected to your YouTube or your Facebook or your Twitter, they can get you from there too. All it takes is a link, and that person open up the little box in the start section of the computer. I want to say if you press start and you type in run, it's gonna pop up a black screen in the middle of the computer. And if you know how to hack and you click on a link from that person's profile, it's all over with. It's all over with. You copy and paste that link, and then you go through it. All that person's personal information for every social media site they own, you gonna go through that, and then you gonna find the IP address. Why is that honey lady just a subscriber with doxing people? She must be perfect. Misa, me and her had her running, and a lot of people shamed her. This girl tried to tell me stuff about my life, and people exposed the fuck out of her. See, this is what happens when you set up your social media a certain way, and you put information out there about yourself a certain way, but people who know you can sit up there and vouch for you. Me either. Don't worry about it, baby. Don't worry about it. Don't ever feel like that. We all have a moment like that every once in a while. We all have a moment like that. But don't ever let it get to you. Don't ever let it get to you. Because at the end of the day, you're stronger than that. Just like I'm sitting here, you sitting there, you a strong individual. But I'm not understanding how these people figure they so perfect to be doxing and hacking people. Do they know when they run background reports, background checks on people, it says if you use this information, it can be used against you in the court of law? And then, like, somebody said they had my personal information and they was going to send it out to people. Why would you say that all over YouTube when you just set up there and implicated yourself and several other people, several scores of people? People so smart that they stupid. And people so smart that they stupid. People need to use this up here. Baby, I'm gonna give you this here. People on here take kindness for weakness. I'm gonna say that again. People on here take kindness for weakness. I learned that the hard way. The kinder you are, the weaker they look. The weaker you look in their eyes. So, which is why I have this mean streak. You can be stupid, I can be vicious. You can be vicious, I can be brutal. See, you gotta learn how to balance the scales, babe. You gotta learn how to balance the scales. You don't have to be mean all the time. And you don't have to be nice all the time. But you gotta know how to put a motherfucker in their place from time to time. Straight up. Only to wicked people. Yes, 89. Only to wicked people. Only to wicked people. Don't ever let people drag you in a dark spot. Don't ever let them do that. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm educated. But I'm educated enough to know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know everything. But I know enough. Yes, I'm a good person. And, you know, you got to continue to keep reminding yourself that you're a good person. Long as you know that about yourself, nothing should ever get to you. Especially like that. But come on, y'all. Enough of that. Let's get on some interesting conversations. We had a morning conversation, y'all. Morning conversation. What we talking about this morning? What we talking about? All right, Tata, I see you back. But what's the next conversation, y'all? What's the next conversation? I don't know if any of y'all watch the news like I do. But, did anybody watch the Mueller report? If you didn't, child, you missed a lot. You missed a lot if you didn't watch the Mueller report. The Mueller report, it was interesting. It was real interesting. The way they set up there and twisted his words and made him walk back certain statements. Baby, when I tell you, he got the president right where he want him. One of the congresswomen asked, did this report exonerate him? And Mueller said no. He said no. Then they asked him a question about foreign entities coming into the government, and did he know about it? He said yes. And right before James Comey got ready to leave, he couldn't use any of that information. And what's the one with the funny nose that looked like this here? Nunes said, how could you not use that information? And Nunes started smiling. And Mueller was like, well, certain Republicans signed a mandate stating that I cannot use none of James Comey information, which took my investigation so long. Smacked all their faces on the floor. Boom. All right. Then, what had happened? Something I found very funny. Hold up, wait. Fuck. It was something about the president. Oh, yes. About the comment he made about Russia, asking Russia to find dirt on Hillary Clinton. James Comey and Mueller took it a step further. Like he said, he couldn't use Comey's information. So he went back and watched the presidential debates and all that. And he seen where he actually said, Russia, if you listening, find information on Hillary Clinton. And he laid into Congress. And he asked, well, isn't this just a witch hunt? He was like, no. The security of the American people is in jeopardy. We had Russian oligarchs come to the White House to meet Trump, and those meetings were private. Uh, 89. Honestly, I give it a 50-50 chance. Hey, Tony B, I give it a 50-50 chance, y'all. Nancy Pelosi, she dragging the impeachment proceedings out. She talking about she wants to have a strong, firm hand in case they do this. If y'all know anything about the powers to be in the White House, let's look at Abraham Lincoln. When Abraham Lincoln, I forgot the year, but Abraham Lincoln got somebody out of office quickly with an impeachment proceeding. He got them out of office ASAP. Why can't Nancy Pelosi sit up there and do the same thing that Abraham Lincoln did? It's not about having a strong hand, making sure everything is laid out. It's about doing what's right by the American people. I swear to Buddha, I swear to God, I swear to Allah, I swear to all them gods, that this is all about this right here. Money. Money got Trump elected. Money got Trump elected. You can call me crazy, you can call me a conspiracy theorist, but the Electoral College was paid off. How can you vote against your own interests? Seriously, like, how can you vote against your own interests? People say they couldn't vote for one of the two evils, but y'all voted for somebody who knew nothing about government. Y'all voted for somebody who when he doesn't get his way, he uses executive privilege to get what he wants. Another thing, Jesus, I'm about to make some people mad when I say this, but most Americans don't even have insurance, right? Most Americans don't have insurance. Now look how this man got in office and is gutting Obamacare for people who couldn't afford insurance, private insurance, any type of insurance in general. People was able to go to the doctors, get regular annual checkups, this, that, and the third. People was actually able to go to the doctor. Now look how they gutting it. Certain things being taken from y'all left to right, but y'all want to vote against your own best interest. And what's really making me sit up here angry with a lot of people and politicians, we all came from a woman. We all came from a woman. So how can you tell a woman what to do with her body? Roe versus Wade. I'm going to just say that. Roe versus Wade. And you see that wall? Was it President Reagan or was it the Clintons or the Bushes? One of them that was there when the Berlin Wall got took down. Where was the Berlin Wall? Was the Berlin Wall in Germany? I want to say Germany. The Berlin Wall was in Germany, I think. It was Reagan, okay. But I think it was in Germany. Why would you want to erect a wall? Why would you want to erect a wall and sit up there and be like, you can't come in. You can't come in. I want more people from Norway. That says a lot right there. For those of you who don't know anything about Trump's family lineage, Trump's father is what, a German or a Russian, one of the two. I think he's a Russian. And he was a grand wizard of the KKK. Trump didn't start with all that money. His father gave him that money. See, I did my research on this. Trump is a known fascist and racist. Let's go back to when he had his apartments. The people in his building had to put B's for blacks so they couldn't rent them to them. Look at Central Park 5. Even though those boys were innocent, he wanted them dead. But he not a racist. Like they say, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. And that's a true statement. That's a true statement. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.